The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Guardian Radio Today is brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic and Printmasters.
Another beautiful day here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I am your host, Garth Menard Roseborough, here at Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Another show lined up for you here at Guardian Radio today. Listen, man, we just keep on building, growing. You got to keep on smiling. You got to stay positive. You know, I've been listening to many conversations, many of situations. And as I've always encouraged people that no matter whatever it is that you're going through, as long as you have life and breath and you have the ability to grow, listen, man, it's all life. This is what life is made out of. And you got to give thanks always. Whatever you are going through, you give thanks. You give thanks, you give thanks. And the mere fact that you were born a Bahamian, you have your ancestry in this land. You know, this is one of the greatest countries in the world, and it's a pleasure to be here living in our type of democracy. I am extremely appreciative of who you are as a Bahamian, the role that you play, and I know that as we are about to celebrate 53, age 53, that we have a golden path laid ahead of us. I am not today wearing my Bahamian colors, you know, not as yet. But tomorrow, you know, we all should be adorned and such. And, you know, I'm a man, I like to work. I'm always out there doing something. So I'm there working. I don't want to dirty my Bahamian colors today. But as I was driving here to the studio today, I met a very dear friend of mine on the way here. And he said, you know, man, let's ride. And I've been riding with him in his car. And I said, you know, I'm looking at the sky today. The sky is blue. And I started to sing Ellie Fitzgerald's song, Blue Sky Smiling at Me. And he said, man, you so happy, your wife's so happy, everyone around you so happy. I said, listen, man, in this country, as we go to 53, if you are not happy, you got to find your source of strength. You got to find your source of happiness and joy. You just got to know who you are. And, you know, as we were driving here, I saw on the side of the street, and they were selling their wares, their Bahamian shirts. Beautiful, I must say. Wonderful job, as Uncle Surah said yesterday. He was very thrilled about the talent that he saw out there and creativity. And I, too, would join in also congratulating those people and encouraging them to continue their entrepreneurial spirit as we continue to build this country. And as we were celebrating those shirts right here by the University of the Bahamas on Ponciana Drive, I looked over to my right and I saw a Jeep. I know what a Jeep looks like. Jeep Wrangler. Those are my Jeeps. And I saw one there, and behind it was drawn a carriage. The carriage is where we carry those people who were once with us and are with us no more. And there was nothing Bahamian about the Jeep in terms of colors, and there was nothing Bahamian about the carriage. And so I said to my friend, there is the lesson for you. That the beauty of what we are now celebrating in the present tense, the beautiful aquamarine colors, the gold and the black, that is for you who are living. We may want to give tribute to those who have passed beyond us, but we have no recollection, we have no evidence, no data to say that they too are enjoying the aquamarine, the gold, and the black. That is for you who is living with us, but for somebody else, that opportunity is gone. And so as I mentioned that to you today, I will also join in with Dwight Strawn and Aaron Green, C.A. Newry, Shivago Lang, with Uncle Sarah, with Naughty and MJ, with Pearlie and other hosts, to give also a tribute to who is my childhood friend. This is not someone that I just got to know through radio. This is someone that I played with as a young man, someone that I walked with, someone that I've conversed with. And sometimes on the show when he calls me, he says, stop on by my place on Soldier Road, stop on by my house, I got something cold for you to drink. Or I would take something cold there for him to drink without any warning. I say, hey man, show up. And one time I took Uncle there, and Uncle said, oh, this is your boy here. I said, this is my boy. This is my friend. And to hear of his passing, I too join in saluting him, none other than my good friend Irv Roll. We call him Muff. And Muff Roll, I know you to have been a good man with a good heart. And no matter what people would say about us while we're living, we all have our faults, our imperfections. But at the end of the day, Muff Roll was my friend. And so, to be frank with you, I've already passed by his house 3 times. Just 3 times, just saluting him 3 times. There was no wreath on the door, nothing done spectacularly to say monkey bears or nothing like that in front of the house. But my friend, childhood friend, is gone. The house is still there. The white Opirus that he drove, that is still there. The lawn and the manicuring and trying to keep that yard proper is still there. And the road that he often spoke about that was like Baghdad, that someone had bombed the road. He was asking the member of parliament to please, for God's sake, in all the years of his adulthood, the road has looked like it was a war zone. That is also still there. And so as we celebrate our country going from 52 to 53 and aging, understand that aging for us also means there will come a time where we will no longer be in the aquamarine, the gold, and the black. We just won't be a part of that future. What we can now do, though, is we can now take time to appreciate the aquamarine, the gold, and the black, and continue to build on the foundation that was set before us to move the country forward. For many people, moving the country forward means tangible things. As I just said to you a while ago, my good friend no longer has tangibility. It doesn't exist for him. Sir Lyndon Pinling, no longer tangibility. Milo Butler, no longer. Clementi Maynard, no longer. A.D. Hanna, no longer. Cleveland Ineas, no longer. Sir Clifford Darling, no longer. The list goes on, no longer. Dame Ivy Dumont, no longer. My good ancestral Governor Taylor, no longer. Kendall Isaacs, no longer. No matter what you believe in your mind as to how great you are and what you are now accomplishing, you celebrate that, yes, you do. I'm old, black, while you are here. But please appreciate that a time will come when you enter into a place where this color code no longer exists as we know it, and you're moved off of the scene, and the only thing we may see is a Jeep Wrangler and a carriage carrying you behind. I'm Garth Menard Roseborough, joined in with none other than Bishop Kermit Agaro. My good friend Peter Outen is on the way. Bishop, pull the microphone up to your person. Greet the Bahamian people as we discuss today package or reward. Package or reward as we are now embracing Independence Morning. Go ahead and speak to you people.
Just want to say blessings to all Bahamians, blessings to all nations. Blessings. And I am so biased about the Bahamas, of our blue turquoise waters. And I was just out there to the beach the other day, soaking my feet. All those people out there who get swelling feet, my feet swelled the other day, so I was out to the beach soaking my feet, This archipelago is so wonderful. We must love it. We must enjoy it. I saw some tourists out there enjoying our beautiful waters. I went on my little dinghy boat and went out and jumping in the water because I see shark. And someone told me, said, that is not a shark, that is a nuss. And so I wasn't taking that chance. But the water is wonderful, beautiful. And I just want to say thank God that I'm here, alive and well in the Bahamas to enjoy the independence. And I'm not in that Jeep with that carriage in the back of it with the singing black flat color. I am here looking at all the beautiful colors and enjoying the Bahamas, enjoying this radio station, enjoying my ministry, my church. I just want to say happy to all the members of my church that are heavily connected Outreach Ministries International. I just want to say thank you to my good friend, Pastor Tyrone Green in Christ Ministries, and thank you all the beautiful people in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your introduction. I just got two quick texts. One was quite negative towards a senator. They believe he is a puppet to the prime minister. I'm not going to call his name, but I got your text, so I just simply mentioned it that you did send it, and I'm sure that either you have a good reason to say so, or you may need to go and sit with that senator and work things out. I'm a firm believer that issues and problems can always be solved, no matter how big it is, as long as you have breath and you have ability to think. Any situation, you cannot allow situations to take control of you. You should never do that. I know it sounds as if I'm speaking from third person or saying that, I don't know what it means to endure the fullness of situations, but I'm saying to you again, trust me when I say this to you, that as long as you have breath, as long as you know from whom you are, you have no problems. The earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof. You don't own anything in this life. You are a manager. I've been saying this now for months and years. You're only a manager. If something has been given to you, you manage it. If you cannot manage it, you let it go. Guess what? When you let it go, who else manages it? That's the next person's issue. That's no longer your issue. You keep it moving. If God gave you a cardboard box, you love your cardboard box. He gives you a little jalopy, you do your jalopy. If he give you a mule, you take care of your mule. If he give you shoes, you take care of your shoes. That's what you got to do. But at the end of the day, the Jeep Wrangler is coming, and the little car behind it is right behind it, and someone gonna be in there. Every day somebody going in that little carriage behind the Jeep Wrangler. This is just how it works. And so I want you all to understand that as we go towards 53 as a people, we need to mature and become our brother's keeper. We need to express love. We need to express community. We need to understand that, if we work together, the future generation behind us will now have a greater opportunity to enjoy this great Bahama land. That's what this is truly all about. And so as we set the stage today, I want to give the numbers out really quickly so we can jump into this wonderful conversation today. I need you to call your family, call your friends, call your co-workers, and all those people out there to you. If you want a great independence conversation, the place to tune in right now, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. If you're on your cell phone, go ahead and log in with us at GuardianTalkRadio.com. I'm right here waiting for you. The phone numbers, if you want to join in this conversation, which I'm sure you will have your philosophical approach, your own way of considering what is being mentioned, and you have a right to your opinion. Everything can't be factual, but you know what? What can be is a great conversation. And so those numbers are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Anywhere from the Family of Islands here in Nassau, your data running low for Live or BTC, go ahead. Give me a call, 300-5720, or you can go ahead and text at 422-4796. For those of you watching on BTC Flow channel, I'm not the most handsome guy in the world, but I am Bahamian. I'm glad to be here. Let's jam. Let's mash this thing up. Nothing from Nothing Leaves Nothing. The producers are aware now that we're going into independence mode. You're going to hear some sweet Bahamian music as we enjoy the show to keep this conversation live and direct. Now, when I say package or reward, as I was laying in my bed, the thing that came to me was Judas, the person of Judas. Judas Iscariot. Let me talk about Judas. If anyone named their child Judas, I've been alive for almost 57 years. Never. Nowhere. Jewish, Palestinian, American, German, British, Canadian, Caribbean, never heard anyone name their child Judas. Never. And so the name Judas would be fit for a dog, let me just say it straight, a mongrel, that cannot be trusted. I think Judas is the perfect name for a pit bull that cannot be trusted. I myself have a Doberman Pinscher. Now, my Doberman Pinscher is not ferocious, but every now and then he will nibble on you. Could I now change his name from Caesar to Judas? I've seen my dog, a good Christian dog. I want to let you know my dog is a Christian dog because he's a well-mannered dog. But dogs tend to tease him. And there was one point when I was visiting my very good friend, Action. He's a very dear friend of mine. He's also a friend of Caesar. And he had to stay there while I journeyed off to the United States for a week or two at the time. And I left him there with him. When I went to pick up Caesar, I said, well, I'll let Caesar off the leash and let him run. Caesar immediately over to the biggest pot cake, snatched him by his neck, lifted him off the ground and started to body slam him on the ground with agility, strength, precision. The dog was just a weapon of mass destruction. I had to go and reach underneath his body and lift him off the dog and say, oh no, Caesar, what's wrong with you, man? What happened to your Christianity? The dog lost it. And so last evening I took him there again. And of course, the battle continues. So I have to leave him in a confined area to avoid that from happening again, because I'm not a believer in cruelty to animals. But I guess if I had to rename my dog, not being able to trust him always, because I guess he's just defending himself. I don't know. You may say that's a judicious act. Judas, for me, when I read the Bible, I've never heard of anything about this man, preacher, until the Last Supper. And Jesus had mentioned that something tragic was about to take place. And one of them, meaning of his 12 disciples, you're dealing with Matthew 25 now, will betray me. One of you going to betray me. Y'all are my closest friends, my dearest friends. One of you, you're going to betray me. And call, I see you on the line, but give me a few minutes. You want to call back? I got to launch the show today because I'm very intentional today in what I'm saying to the Bahamian people. When he said that, the reaction of individuals would be, is it me that you're speaking to? Because you're speaking to a room of individuals. There's only 12 of you. Which one of you is going to be the one to betray me? Eight one. Okay. Is it I? You said it. You know it's you. Now go about your Father's business. This is someone who walked with a Jesus who turned water into wine, a Jesus who healed the blind, the lame, the deaf, the dumb. This is a Jesus who calmed the hurricane. This is a Jesus, according to the Holy Book, the Bible. I know everyone is not Christian, so I'm not trying to make you a Christian right now. I'm just simply telling you of a story. Amen. And a philosophy. I'm not trying to evangelize you or turn you into a bishop or a pope or anything. I'm just telling you the story. This Jesus is said to have even raised the dead. Jairus' daughter who was sick, this man met a man in the cemetery that had demons. The Bible says legion of demons, some 7,000 demons in this one man's body. This is the type of man we're talking about. We're talking about a man who, they said, who took 2 fish and 5 loaves and fed 5,000 people. We're talking about a man who, when a crook saw him, Zacchaeus, from the word Zacchae, meaning pure. This Zacchae, a crook. You call it business, but it's crookery. But even a crook sometimes got to understand that their cup is full and run it over, and sometimes you got to stop being a crook and say, you know what, I can fire myself. This is what I did. When you find yourself in certain situations, like I was in the timeshare business, and I heard so many people crying to me how they got locked in and how they needed to let this. I couldn't sell another one. I quit and I stopped, and I was the enemy. Not doing it no more. Sometimes you just got to know it's not about your own profitability. You got to look at other people's situation. This is what I do. And so now, with all of this being said and done, this man, Judas, took the 30 pieces of silver. 30 pieces of silver, which in those days' term was equal to about $400. $400. In today's economy, in US dollars, this would now be equal to about $2,000 to $2,500, which was a simple payment for a slave being injured by an ox in ancient Israel. This was no big money. And I just want you all to appreciate today as I speak to you that many people around you who will betray you, and they ain't betraying you for no big money. They betray you for $20.
I'm telling you.
They betray you for $1,000.
I'm telling you.
They'll betray you for $2,000. They'll betray you for $5,000. They will mash you up.
That's right.
For nothing.
For nothing.
You got some people like that. They do it for career reasons. They do it because of societal situations where they wanted to elevate themselves about you. This is what people do.
Position on their jobs.
This is what they do.
Mash you up.
Mash you up. So the intention here now, I don't know what Judas was thinking, but I know that the chief priests wanted to mash up Jesus. Because Jesus went into their temple, turned over those tables, called them a bunch of thieves in his father's house. He mashed them up, so now it's their turn to mash him up. This is what people do. Now we talk about the crucifixion of God. Now, how does that apply to 53 years here in the Bahamas? Judas accepted the package. Judas accepted the $400 in silver value and the $2,500 in labor value. That's what 30 pieces of silver will equal, maximum $2,500. How many of us, as we go to age 53, recognize that politicians, preachers, lawyers, bankers, teachers, physicians, society as Bahamians are accepting packages that continues to mash up our beloved Commonwealth of the Bahamas? We ain't building nothing. We the same place we was 30 years ago. We going round in circles, mashing up everything in our action. We got to mash up each other. You explain to me, by mashing up each other without coming up with a plan that can be executable to build the country, that we will succeed in becoming the great nation that you, in your mind, believe that we are. What are those packages that we are accepting? And Bishop Agaro, you have some idea of one of those areas that we are accepting a package, because for me, the reward would be if we can move away from accepting packages and building our own reward. So we need to define what is the package that we're accepting throughout the years of 30, and what is the reward if we were to build would make our country a better country. Bishop Kermit Agaro.
Well, basically, when you look at it, when we talk about the packages that people accept, let's go to number one. We accept in terms of the food industry, farming, we accept stuff from different countries all over the world, whereby we have the ability, Bahamians have the ability to be able to structure these stuff. Basically, when you talk about the chicken, look at the chicken, they close the chicken farm. We have Bahamians today right now can grow chicken and grow enough chicken that we can eat healthy, organic chicken, eggs, et cetera, but things from different countries that giving women today breast cancer. Look how much women today have breast cancer. Look how much people today have internal cancer. And so that is one of the basically package that we're receiving, as long as they could be shipped. And I guess, people shipping in these massive, the other day, we have a farm in Andros that was structured by Noah Newton. Hats off to Noah Newton, and they design oranges. I mean, the beautifulest oranges you could ever eat back in the day when we was in Andros, and watermelons and cabbage and onions and all this stuff. We Bahamians can supply these stuff, and we are trying to figure out why they allow it to go down right there out by the Pulaski Dock and just rotten away, where we could be able to take these things to a different level and market these things and bring Bahamians to more healthy organic food. I say, a lot of people always say the greatest thing is that when you can go home and cook your own food, you know what you put in it. You didn't put no MSD, you didn't put no chemicals in your food. You just cook it, and you cook it as safe as possible. And so believe in yourself, Bahamians. Believe that we can do it. We can come together and develop farm. Andros have land on top of land. We can do our own farming. We can feed ourselves. The nation that feeds itself can actually take care of itself. We don't need other entities feeding us. If it's a situation today where we have to maintain their own citizens and their own stuff, how are we going to eat? Where are we going to feed ourselves? That means every Bahamian here will die for hunger. And that is one of the package that we receive. And there's many other different packages as we move forward. Back to God. Oh, and I want to say, in the midst of this, I just want to say shout out to Everett, who in the Eastern Road, teasing me the other day by his new Corvette, and so I just want to say shout out to Everett and shout out to Mark Knowles, Slimer as well. Blessings. Go ahead.
You all think y'all come on these people's show, y'all gonna be celebrity. I called Dame Ivy 2 months' name because I don't hear much more about her, right? But I'm not saying that she has passed. But let me apologize if you got the impression that I meant that she has passed. But I'm looking at the great names that have gone before us. And as we go into 53, she would be one of those legends that I believe should be even more honored. There is what we call actuality in terms of our passing. And then what we do, we disregard strengths of people like, I have a good friend, Asima Bo, has done a great contribution to this country. But we're not going to raise these people on a daily basis as mentors in this country. There's so many people that I know, one of my favorite, okay, let me make it plain to you, Frank Watson. I love Frank Watson as a man. He's a good man. But what are we doing with Frank Watson? I don't understand. Yet we want to celebrate 53, aquamarine, gold, and black. What is it that we're looking for? The package that we are receiving diminishes the reward, I believe, it builds. And so, once again, apologies the impression of passing of those who are still living amongst us. I was just calling some names off the top of my head of great people that I know, and wasn't given much thought to whether those were still living or passed on. Bishop Agaro, you mentioned food. When you speak about accepting the package of food, you're looking at the taste buds. You're looking at your favorite items. Like, for instance, potato chips. We love potato chips.
Yes.
That's about 85 cents a bag.
Right.
There's potato chips that say import only.
Right.
And then there's those that say nothing on the package at all. Nobody that I know stops to read the ingredients on any potato chip. I eat it too. I have my favorite brand. I'm not going to promote it today, but I have my favorite brand as well.
Right.
I have right now maybe with 5-6 bags at my house. I haven't touched it in days. I am trying to stay away from junk food. I've stopped eating those processed goods like cookies that we buy in the food stores. And so a lot of the foods that are on the shelf, like for instance, some people like ramen noodles and these types of stuff. We get our poultry, as you said, from foreign sources. We get our beef from foreign sources. And so these are items that I believe in the past we were able to reward ourselves with industrial intention.
Yes.
Right now, because we have withdrawn ourselves from the whole idea of farming, the labor idea of farming and rewarding ourselves with the goods of farming, it's easier for us simply to accept whatever you ship to me, and as long as it tastes good.
Or it looks like what the product is.
Or it looks good.
Yeah, and we drink it, we eat it, you know.
We accept it, not understanding that whoever's responsible for allowing such poisons to come to our country is the Judas amongst us.
Most definitely.
Who's in charge of the foods that come into our country to ensure that these are the best foods for the Bahamian people? Most people believe that once you pray over it and bless it, I know, preacher, if that's what you believe, that's going to be okay. The food is going to be okay. But then you explain to me then, how come you can pray over much of this food, and as you just said rightly, people are getting breast cancer, prostate cancer, they're getting high blood pressure, diabetes. What's going on in our country? Are we serious even about the health situation in this country? And hopefully when Peter comes, he can jump on that as well. Go ahead.
Well, the perspective of this is he that know better should do better. If you know that a product, if you know that something drop on the ground and bacteria on the ground, you saw rats, you saw rodents running up and down, and a product drop on the ground, and some people would take it off and dust it and blow in and say, bless the devil, the dirty worms, and cure the dirty worms and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, a month later, 2-3 months later, you end up in the hospital and might even lose your life. You know what I mean? And so these are the things they let old myth, destroy them.
So what's the power? What's the power of this prayer that you talk about?
But the power of the prayer is it's the same thing. Is that he that know better should do better. So if you know better, do better. It's like when when the devil tempted Jesus to jump over and say he'll give him all his desire, all the kingdoms and everything. But Jesus know better. So why would he jump? And he know better. And so that's the philosophy of that perspective. And you know what? We closed down in terms of that. We closed down all of the factories. I remember right there when you pass COB, they used to have a building there. You can get ice cream and you could get milk and stuff like that.
You're talking about Bordens.
Bordens. Yeah, things like that. We know what's in that. We know where they come from. We know how they made it. And sometimes you could have gone in there one time ago. We went in there and see exactly how they made these stuff and moving forward. And so that's what we need to bring back into this country. They closed down a chicken farm, they closed down, and all these different things, we can supply. I walk in a particular store, I don't want to call the name, and I see all the vegetables and all the stuff. But at the end of the day, when I go Andros and I look at Noah Farm and I look at the different other farms, we produce, luscious tomatoes, luscious sweet pepper. We produce it way more, and I see it's so. Sometimes it baffles me, that would we eat, would we put in ourselves, would we put in our body, and I just want to say hats off to a gentleman. He designed some from some soursop tree. I think it's Bahamian Brew or whatever his name. I always go inside the gas station and buy that. It's soursop, bush tea, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. You're getting healed when you drink stuff like that. And so don't say Bahamians cannot manufacture these things. We can do these things. You understand? And if a gentleman just take it on his own and design those teas that can actually help you and nourish you, then we Bahamians, just give us the opportunities. And I've seen a lot of times Bahamians created ideas and do stuff and make stuff happen, and people just shut it down. They don't even want to give the license to do it. And so
we want to talk about all of that because so many Bahamians are entrepreneurial in spirit.
I'm serious, man.
So many Bahamians can do great things.
Great things.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm throw those numbers out. Let some people jump in the conversation. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Anywhere from the Family of Islands, 300-5720, or text at 422-4796. Somebody give Dame Ivy Duman a shout out for me, please, man. Tell me who this lady is. Tell me what's going on with her. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. Garth Minard, Roseboro, Bishop Kermit Agaro. Take this break. We'll be right back.
I gotta leave this country jungle behind. Gonna leave all the stress. I'm gonna relieve my ways. Where there's birds and trees. I'm going back to the sea. I'm going home, home, where I can get some air. Gonna let the sea breeze blow right through my hair. Home, home, I've got to leave today. Life is just a sunny day.
At Cleveland Clinic, you set your course, not cancer. So when your journey takes an unexpected turn, you seek out the experts who've conquered it before, and you forge new paths to help fight cancers. For every route to a cure, for every care in the world. See how we're innovating cancer care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Hungry for some serious beef? Then get ready, because Burger King Nassau is bringing back the double quarter-pound king. That's a full half-pound of flame grilled beef, topped with melty cheese, tangy mustard, crunchy pickle, and fresh onions. Served on a toasted sesame seed bun, classic style. Big flavor, big protein, big satisfaction. Get your double quarter-pound king meal with medium fries and a drink for only $10.35. More food, less money. Only at Burger King Nassau.
Headed to South Florida soon? Holiday Inn Express in Plantation, heartbeat of Florida fun. Whether it's business or pleasure, the Holiday Inn Express is close to sensational shopping, captivating dining, and nightlife. Elevate your Florida experience. Sleep well and rest easy at Holiday Inn Express. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring seasonal favorites. Keep up your fitness routine in our 24-hour on-site fitness center with cardio equipment and free weights, or take a refreshing swim in our outdoor pool. Your special Bahamas tourist rate awaits. Holiday Inn Express, 1701 North University Drive, in Plantation. Book your getaway now. Call directly at 954-472-5600 or the sales department for reservations and additional information. No budget for a vacation this summer? No worries. We got you. Guardian Radio 96.9 will fly you and a guest to South Florida for a vacation of a lifetime. Our sweet summer escape gets you round-trip tickets on Bahamas Air. $1,000 spending cash, thanks to Percy's Island Games. Brand new luggage from Brass and Leather. 4 days and 3 nights at the beautiful Holiday Inn Express Plantation. Free car rental from Hertz, too. All you need is your passport. We got you covered. Enter now for the Guardian Radio 96.9 Sweet Summer Escape. Fill out the form in today's Nassau Guardian and follow us on all social media platforms. Remember, you must be 18 or older to enter. Entry deadline August 12th, drawing August 14th. Taxes not included and certain restrictions apply.
Guess who's back?
It's that time again for the 31st annual Michael Scuderi Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic.
Bring it on now, let's go.
Whether you're a player or a fan, you don't want to miss this one. The action starts July 13th at the Hope Center. Log on to peaceonthestreets.com and register. Come on, everybody, we're going! That's the Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic. Instead of guns. Game time.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
A sunny day, just a sunny day, just a sunny day. Oh, today is the day I gotta leave all these folks behind, 'cause I got to be revived. I can't take no more of this polluted air, and I need some sunshine. So I'm going home.
Boy, what a sunny day it is. Man, I can't get over it. Blue skies, those white clouds out there. For those people who are visiting our shores here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, listen, man, we welcome you. We want you to enjoy yourself. We want you all to have a great stay while you are here. And this is the greatest place to be this time of year as you enjoy the trade winds of our country. Listen, we have a few texts here. I'm expecting a call to come in from Bimini anytime soon from Captain Hiram Roll. But until then, we have here, yes, indeed, Dame Ivy, one of the Bahamas' greatest. And I just want someone who can give me a tribute to her today as we go into 53. Also, they have here Bev Wallace Whitfield. Give a tribute to these people. These are great people. And Dame Janet Boswick. Now, you know I know that one well. John Boswick, my good friend, his mother, her husband and his dad. Another great one that has gone before us. But we got to celebrate them. They can no longer celebrate this aquamarine, gold, and black, but we celebrate the legacy that they've left behind. But I know that, that dear one has gone before us and departed. So hats off to him, to Mr. Boswick himself. And then Mr. Idris Reed, of course, is another great name that is mentioned here for us to celebrate today. These are people that are with us. And, you got Sir Orville Turnquest and such others. I just want to give as many people a shout out, a token of appreciation for what you have done for our country, for our existence. It is not... But I do believe that we're accepting too many packages. That's all I'm simply saying to you. The packages that we're receiving from people who say they have our best interests at heart, I believe we're cutting our nation short and not working towards the reward. But I just want to hear now from my good friend in Bimini, Captain Hiram Roll, who was the candidate for the Coalition of Independence in the recent election in the constituency of Bimini and the Berry Islands. Captain Hiram Roll, are you there?
Good afternoon. Bahamas. Good afternoon, Mr. Roseborough. I'm here, sir.
Man, it's wonderful to hear your voice. I got into the studio today, of course, the newspapers, both of them, but especially the Guardian newspaper, who's been around from 1844, doing a tremendous job in keeping us abreast of happenings. They have on their front page, Blaze ravishes Bimini's homes. The Blaze ravishes Bimini's homes. You were there. What's going on? Fill us in.
Yeah, yesterday we experienced a total loss of about 6 homes, one family in about 6 homes. My sisters, my brothers, my nieces, my nephew came out that morning to head to work about 6 o'clock. And when I only live about 5 minutes away from them. And when I get down the street, I saw a blaze coming outside of my sister's bedroom.
Wow.
And a few people there trying to get it contained with buckets of water, buckets and buckets of water. And it just didn't work. It got worse and worse and worse because we had the manpower actually, but we didn't have the resources to contain the fire. And with the wind about 10 to 15 knots that morning, and it just keeps spreading.
Wow. You know, what's amazing to me is I know that you are aware of I went off to school for my education. But you are a man who is a captain, a real captain, a man of the ocean, a man of the seas. You know how to navigate the land and the sea around that land. I'm listening to you speak with such ability, knowledge. You talk about the trade wind. You talk about the fire, the manpower, lack of resources. I just want to salute you today, sir, as we go into age 53 as a great son of the soil, a real true Bahamian, a man who loves the people of the Bahamas. I just want to say thank you to you as the person that you are today.
Thank you, Mr. Roseborough. My pleasure, and it's an honor to call into your show this afternoon and speak about what happened yesterday. And not because it's my family that I'm, disturbed about it, because it could have been any family of Bimini, and I would have feel the same way.
I know you would.
Bimini is a unique place, and Bimini is growing spiritually and mentally with and Biminites. So it's been growing on a tremendous scale of.
Well, I'll say this to you. What I would like to happen, I don't know if your time and schedule permits, right after the news, that's about maybe about 8 minutes after the hour of 3, I want to resume conversation with you about this idea of package or reward, because definitely Bimini has been receiving the packages, but the reward of a fire truck or the resources
I'm going to ask.
is absent.
Just the fire truck.
So I want to continue the conversation in that light. Are you available right after 3?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. I'll make myself available for you. And, we keep saying a fire truck. Bimini doesn't really need a fire truck. Bimini is surrounded by water. Bimini needs
some kind of pump system.
Some pumps with a lot of hoses.
Well, let's talk about that after 3. I want to take another call before the news break. Please return to us after 3. I would love to continue this conversation with you.
Okay, Mr. Roseborough. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Next call on the line. I got to take you before the news because I don't want to have you holding too long. Go ahead, caller.
You and me is plumbers.
You and me is what? Plumbers?
All we have to do is put fire hydrants in those small areas, pressurize them.
That's what he is saying.
All people got to do is use fire hoses to deal with it. Every 300 feet, you put pressurized
hydrants. Hydrants.
Hydrants.
Uh-huh.
That's all we do in Life for Key. And you could eliminate all of those fire engines, stop the government from spending all this money, wasting money. Because if you get a fire truck, you got to service them. You can't have them sitting down because they will rot out. All the motors and will seize up on it. But a fire hydrant, you could always change them for a couple $100. You know that and I know that. Pressurize the fire hydrant. That's all they have to do. The same water line was running inside the community. Pressurize the fire hydrant.
So,
God, you know that and I know that.
So would you then now agree with me on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM for the public to hear that pressure bursts pipes?
Pressure do burst pipe, but it's all about maintenance. You know that.
So the pressure that I'm looking for now is you have to appreciate that politicians are not plumbers. The legislators are not plumbers. The people who should be
people like me and you in these places.
Well, we could
not their friends.
That's what I want to talk about after the news. I want
you their friends, people who don't know nothing about this system.
So we
have to put people who train and who know about the system. You know that and I know that.
And that's why I'm talking about the packages that we accept.
Yeah.
But the packages only is 30 pieces of silver. That don't solve nothing. And at the end of the day, you can hang yourself.
Well, it's better than buying fire truck.
You hang yourself. But if you look and wait for the reward of life is the blind could see, the deaf could hear, the lame could walk, the water could turn to wine, 5,000 people could be fed, the storm could be calm, and even the dead could raise. If we are working towards the reward. And that's the crux of this show today. And I want you, my very, very learned friend and plumber, to give me a call after. We're going to hear from Hiram Roll first, and then I want you to call me right back after with that. And you'll be my second caller. I'll let the producer know. And then we'll have the other callers join in the conversation. How about that?
That sounds like a plan.
I listen to you after the news, my friend. I'll see you then.
No problem.
I appreciate the call. Bishop Garrow, I know you want to say something in reflection before we go to the news.
Well, like you said, the package, a lot of the people have with the package, they have little contracts, along the side of the road, little the roundabout, and reading the graveyard, and putting sidewalks, But at the end of the day, these things, what's important, that to save lives has to be in the package if they can do the package.
Well, we looking for a reward. That's what we looking for.
The reward.
You know, there's the Bible say we ain't awaiting no package. We awaiting what? A reward.
A reward.
And even though someone texts me and said, man, they don't believe the stories of the Bible are true, I do understand one thing to be true. The principles of the Bible never lie.
Well, if they didn't do exactly what this gentleman said, it would have been a reward. They would have saved the house.
And that's what I'm saying
Saving
to
their
you.
house would have been the reward.
There we go.
I'm telling you.
Right now, we have the text that says, good afternoon. As black people it boggles my mind why black people are so religious. And that is a text of opinion. And of course, it may have much truth to it. I don't believe in religion. I believe in spirituality. I believe in earth. I believe there is a master of all creation.
Of course.
I believe that there's a brilliant entity that has created all things. But I don't use religion as some people do to exalt myself or to try to make myself look better or feel better. The religion that I do know, I would use the principles of truth that apply to making myself better. And so I don't use it for thought over others. I use it simply for my own personal benefit.
I want to say this to you now.
Yeah.
Not all islands, people like Andros. See, Bibbin is very small. Andros need fire trucks.
We can talk about that after the news.
distance.
You're all then excited about that. We can talk about that after the news. It says, good day. It's sad that we can't feed ourselves. So that was a text to what you were saying, Bishop Agaro, that we need to have an ability to feed ourselves. And then the last text here says, hi, Garth, with all this land we have in the Bahamas, how come the PLP who you worship have not discovered it yet? We can feed ourselves. Please tell them. And so they have already placed me in a place where I worship.
Worship?
I listen to that. But I read it so people can understand that.
Wow.
So
what color is your shirt that you're wearing right now?
Well, you see, they ain't want to talk about that either. There's some people out there who simply just want to diminish what I am. Yeah. But they have to appreciate one thing about me. My name is Garth Minard Roseborough. I'm the host of Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM, sitting here with Bishop Kerr. Much to talk about after the news. It's a sunny day. The skies are blue. Beautiful. The clouds are puffy. The ocean is turquoise and beautiful. You, the people of the Bahamas, I told Bishop today, you are stronger than many believe because whatever the situation, I know you're going to pull through and you're going to be shining like gold. We'll be back after the news. I look forward to you being here.
Don't take shock for us.
I'll not to leave today. Life is just a sunny day. Just a sunny day. Just a sunny day. Just a sunny day. Oh, today is the day.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Oh, today is the day I gotta leave all these folks behind, 'cause I got to be revived. I can't take no more of this polluted air, and I need some sunshine.
Ah, boy. When that breeze blows, you don't have to worry about that pollution. You want to keep your lungs filled with that good Bahamian air. And listen, man, I got to be honest with you people. For those of us who stay here and you don't take time to leave this island, let me tell you what happens. You so Bahamian, you've never, ever, ever left this island. You never saw what Meguana looks like. I got a good cousin. He calling me right now, Floyd McPhee. But, I tell him you got to take me to Meguana. I never been to Meguana. You got down there in Acklands, you got Crooked Island, you got Inagua, you got Long, you got Cat Island and San Salvador and Rumkey, and you got Exumas, you got the Ragged Island, you got North and South and Central Andros, you got the Berry Islands, you got Abacos, you got Grand Bahama, you got Eleuthera, North and South Eleuthera. You got places to go in this country, man, if you really truly say you're Bahamian. And then once you do that, take the time to fly and go somewhere else. Even if it's just Florida where you can reach. Just go there. After 3-4 days, I want you to come back here. And I guarantee you feel different. Oh, Lord, you feel different. You know what? It's an awe that you get when you touch down at Linden Pidden Airport. So the plane don't even land good yet. You're coming over the ocean, because by the time you hit North Andros, you're coming down low. You start seeing that pretty water, my Lord. And then you're about to land at the airport. You can't wait for the plane to say, squish, and touch the pavement. Then you feel automatically like it's a celebrity. I don't know why. I'm 57 years old. You feel like a celebrity. You land on the tarmac, and you say, why this plane can't hurry up reach the hangar? And then you're trying to get to the hangar, and you know how we go. We then attach our cell phone. We then pick up our cell phone to let the welcoming committee know we here. You better be to this airport waiting for me, because I ain't trying to wait too long. What you rushing for? You just finished rushing all over Miami. You got Bahamas there full with 10,000 bags, and you're rushing. Oh, like everybody here in Nassau, your Providence, or the Family Islands can't wait to see you like we miss you. And then you reach there, and you're grabbing your little bag, and you're running through the airport. You're trying to get down to immigration. You go, why this line so long? You then start complaining. Why this line so long? They can't hurry up. They must see they're doing it. Then you get through that. Now you got to go downstairs. Why the carousel taking so long to bring my bag? Where my bag is? I hope they don't leave my. You see how you then going to put all kind of problem on yourself at age 53? Oh, okay, get my bag now. You got to let the porter come take your bag. Now you got to negotiate how much you can pay that one. Then you get into customs, and y'all is God-fearing Christian people. Y'all is God-fearing Christian people, even though everybody ain't Christian, even though everybody don't believe in the Bible, even though some of y'all may have some other type of religions, I respect that. Some of y'all may not have no religion at all, I respect that. But you say we're a God-fearing country, a God-fearing people. Then you reach to the custom officer, that beautiful young lady, that handsome young man, and then they tell you, put your bag up on top of the counter. Then your heart starts to beat a million miles an hour. Because right now you got to be the biggest crook in the world. You got to try to hide some things. You then take all the tags off your clothes. They say, you gone with them. Everybody know your suitcase was empty, man. Listen, we 53, we didn't know the game. You take all the tags off it. You wearing listen to me, the tennis so clean. I know some of us walk around with this clean shoe, but your tennis so clean. Everything on you so creased. You could smell the newness on your clothes. You wouldn't even have the sense to wash the clothes one time and then put it on. You come in there smelling like the store itself. Your shades on your head. You got name brand shades. We could see that new man. Come on. But you ain't put none of that on your declaration form. You ain't trying to put no money in the treasury. You got to try to get, I had to bring that with me. Then you got some things stuffed inside the clothes, but you don't want them to see what you buy, and you're stuffing them and hoping that you meet one customs officer who just tired. You know, I tired. Or we on go slow, so we ain't really into this right now. That's what you're praying for. But you find this one crazy customs officer. They got to dig up at everything. Oh, Jesus, Lord. They turn up your underwear, your dirty clothes, and everything. Like they just get the job. They want to get a promotion. So they got to show that they are detailed, orientated people. Like, where you get this from? Oh, I had to carry it. No, this is new. Where you get this from? This ain't on your declaration form. And you're holding up the line because you got 1 million people behind you want to get to that same officer. But this one officer don't care. He got to go, or she got to go to every single detail in your suitcase. Or you trying to get exemption? Okay, your exemption is $600. My child, you can't let that slide. Know what you do. I got you for this item, that item, this item, that item, and that drill which you just buy. I thought you carried it to the States with you, and that saw or that machine you use to do people's nails and stuff. We could then see that new. You got to go over to the little window over there. You pay this amount, bring me the receipt back, and then I can clear you. You suck it. The Jesus you serve ain't let you get away. The devil got you all of a sudden. That old piece of devil there, the old custom officer. I ain't gonna never go back to them no more. I didn't mark their face, and every time I see them, I go to the next officer. I telling you how this thing works. You just had a great vacation. You're just happy to come back to this place when we celebrating 53 years, the greatest country on earth, and you're happy, and then all of a sudden your happiness just dropped. Then you got to go outside and suck your teeth again. Your ride ain't reach where my ride is. These people think I just play. What's wrong with these people? They got my car. Where my car is. God help you if they mash your car or they scrape your car while you was gone. You see what I'm talking about? You in the most beautiful country in the world, but you're sucking your teeth because guess what? Our country ain't set you up to understand what a package is and what a reward is. I just being real with you. People who are rewarded are a happy people. I consider myself a man of reward. I understand what life is truly all about. I came into this world with nothing. I can leave with nothing. I keep playing the song for y'all. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You're coming here from nothing. Where the hell you think you're going? You ain't no something here for you. Only while you could see the aquamarine, the gold and the black, there is something. But one day, the silver cord will break. And you see the Wrangler, and you see the little thing behind the Wrangler, and guess what? You're going back to nothing. Y'all don't understand this.
Seriously.
I got to tell. How much time I got to show you John the Baptist by the River Jordan preaching? He ain't looking for no nothing. He preaching you about something after, because while you're here, you ain't carrying nothing. But while we are here, we got to try to fix this country. We got to try to figure out what the reward is as to why we are here. Captain Hiram Roll, if you're on the air, say hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roseberry. Good afternoon, Bahamas. How's everyone doing today?
Man, we doing good, man. I got another caller coming in right after you, so when he calls, the producer will let me know so he can join in the conversation. But right now, Captain Hiram, you were talking about Bimini. You were talking about you had the fire situation. Your family was affected. You had the people. The people was there. You didn't have no problem finding people. But in terms of the resources, there were no resources to extinguish in time.
Yeah, absolutely. The people showed up in numbers, and the resources came very, very slow, one after another, after another, after another. But they were nothing to do with the government resources. They were private homeowners' resources. The fire truck from the airport, but you got to go take a barge and go to the airport and bring it over. Then you had Bimini Bay bringing their little golf cart with pumps. But everything was coming too late. Like I said, the people was there, and buckets after buckets after buckets after. I was overwhelmed. I was like, wow. The manpower was there, but we just didn't have nothing to fight that fire with other than buckets. Almost for 2 or 3, at least about maybe 2 hours the most.
Okay, so I do believe that Bimini is also about to experience 53 years. Yes?
Pardon me, sir?
I do believe that Bimini will also share with us in celebrating 53 years.
Oh, definitely. Bimini's going to share with us the 53 years of independence. We're buckling up for it. And they also had a service, I believe, was the day before yesterday at the resort. But I don't know. They never put anything out to the people. I don't know if they had their people pick or not. But, the government lady spoke with the Hiram. You don't got to... wasn't invited to the... I was like, no, I didn't even know anything about it.
Okay. Let me ask you this. The devastation that took place is extremely unfortunate. You have our prayers and our support and whatever we can do to assist. Okay? Let me say that first of all. And of course, there are people here who will do so. I'm certain of that. Would you say... Because when I hear the word Bimini, I've never been to Bimini. I've been invited to Bimini, but I've never taken the time to go to Bimini. Let me tell you what I hear about Bimini. We hear about Bimini World Resort. We had a time when they had money like dirt. Plenty of money. I'm not telling you how they got it. I just saying that's what we hear when we know what we heard about Bimini. They said nobody in the Bahamas can party like a Bimini party. Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely,
good.
Man.
Definitely. Now there's a North Bimini and a South Bimini. Is that correct?
Yeah. North Bimini is where the resorts and other stuff is, and South Bimini is where the airport is. When you actually come into Bimini, and you got to catch a bus from the airport to the ferry service, and you catch the ferry service about less than a mile across the Bimini, and from here at Bimini, you just start stomping your feet.
Okay, so what side of Bimini did the fire take place?
The fire took place on the north side of Bimini.
On the north side of Bimini, where the Bimini World Resort is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No.
Right better, not next to the resort, but right better from the resort is on the north side. Yes, sir.
This is where, see, it gets interesting for me. North Bimini then would have received a package that would have attracted a mega resort, a package where it can go ahead and supply the needs of the right so far.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. You got jobs, occupation, you got services rendered, etc. Okay, got it. How is it then that where you have such facilitation that you have the challenge of fire services? And I want to make this plain to you when I say to you, I'm positioning this conversation to where I'm seeing Bimini has received, for the sake of the people, a package, but they've not yet received a reward. Talk to me.
You're absolutely correct. And, the package came a very long time, many years. But like you say, we never received the reward. We still have a government clinic, which we're fighting every day for medication. We have 2 ambulances sitting at the clinic, none of them running. And we had one fire truck was donated a few years ago, and that is sitting at the police station, one in the back, one up front, and they haven't made them, or they haven't moved them in years, in many years under both administration.
So you understand now why I say to people all the while that as we are celebrating 53 years, there's so much more left in terms of work that has to be done. We have not yet arrived to the reward. In this celebration, we can only celebrate still being here. But I don't know if I'm certain that we can celebrate that we have now received our full reward. I believe that we are still positioned in a place where we are gotten to a place where we are strong enough to say we can share. If we were the crowning jewel of the Caribbean basin, we should have been in a position to share to other unfortunate nations in the Caribbean. But it almost seems to me as if we are joining the choir or joining the throng of still being in need. Let me put it to you. The other day, Haiti had a need. We said we could help. The other time, there was some devastation, I think in Barbados or somewhere, and we said, you know what, we can help. And as we are helping other nations, like Jamaica, etc., we ourselves still need help. You helping Jamaica when Usain Bolt sending things to Jamaica, Michael Jordan sending things to Jamaica, Magic Johnson sending things to Jamaica. We join in what we're doing, our international part, to also send assistance to Jamaica. But you right there in North Bimini, you can't get no fire services. I don't understand. Talk to me.
Yeah, you absolutely correct. Well, you're absolutely correct.
I ain't talking no PLP F and MCY. I talking to. They didn't accuse me of being PLP and this and that. I talking straight to y'all that you know what? Y'all got to stop. That right now we're getting packages. Okay. Let me stop a minute, Captain Hiram. The other day we had a huge electrical situation, no fault of a human being. It was what they call an act of God, lightning strike. That's what it said. What could have also been put in place, however, in terms of a reward, was a backup system. A backup system or backup equipment or backup parts or backup services, but we didn't have it in time that people were out of power up until midnight. 35% of people, as they said, didn't have power until midnight. We had someone who called me from Eleuthera to say they didn't have power for 2 days in Eleuthera and had to drive their car up and down, spending money on gas in order to stay cool in this hot, warm Bahamian weather. I'm not trying to put any blame on any one particular political entity or the government itself, but I'm simply saying to the Bahamian people, we as a collection or a collective body has now appreciate that we only getting packages and we need to put our foot on the neck of those responsible to give us our reward.
Rosebar, I just want to jump and say something, right? I just want to say something. A question. Do you think every time that fire truck pass the Eastern Road, not the Eastern or East Street, heading down there, hollering, making all the noise, do you think all the time that is be calls? They have a thing called testing and evaluation, where they test these things. These trucks that sits up on the island at Rottens, all right? They don't have to sit up on Rotten. They could do testing and testing and testing until the time comes for when the fire ready. You see what I'm saying? So the trucks don't have to sit down in Bimini and Rotten. You understand? So, and like you said...
They're not sitting and rotting just for rotting's sake, sir. For rotting's sake. They're not doing that. They're doing that because parts are missing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you made a statement that they're sending help to Jamaica, they're sending help to Haiti, they're sending help to this one, they're sending help to this one. Do you think they can't find the parts for those?
Well, this is the conversation we're having today for age 53. Captain Hiram, what do you say about those fire trucks in Bimini again?
And those fire trucks in there, and the gentleman is absolutely correct. It's just lack of maintenance. I don't know if we even have a police officer that is a fireman in Bimini to really keep those stuff running and keep the maintenance going on those trucks. But for some strange reason, the police even ain't really taking care of those fire trucks. Right now in Bimini, all they're dealing with is traffic. And then we still got a lot of young people riding without license and all, and they,
Y'all got people in Bimini with us drive dirty? No, hold on. Michelle, Chris, you hear that? I can't go there. People may knock me and they ain't got no license.
Yeah, man.
If you ain't got no license, you ain't got no insurance. Y'all got insurance over there?
Pardon me?
No, pardon me. I asked if y'all got insurance over there.
Man. Yeah, some of them have insurance.
So some.
Some of them don't.
But hold boy.
There's an agency over there?
We go into age 53.
There's an agency.
We got to talk about decency and honor. If we are maturing as a country, man, listen, you can't be allowing that type of living over there.
Mr. Rosebar, I can tell you, Bimini is living a different lifestyle from any other island in the Bahamas. It's like lawless. We don't have a law, or the police are they're not pushing the laws that they need to be pushed. They having a good time too now, don't get me wrong. Never get a liquor till you go down to Bimini. They enjoying the nightlife, they enjoying the evening life, the good food, the drink. But they get there, they start off their first 3-4 months as a police, and after that, I don't know where the hat gone, but they're just now like regular Biminites.
Hey, boy, Captain Hiram, but I so enjoyed the conversation with you. I got to take another call, my friend, but I want you to stay tuned. I may call for you again to come back on if that's okay.
Definitely, my brother.
Stay tuned.
I'll be here standing by.
All right, sir. Thank you. Next caller, you're live. I can't keep you waiting. What you got to say?
God, Roseboro, what's happening, man?
Boy, be right here enjoying being a Bahamian, but I got to have a good time. This is what I do.
Muff pull that one on us, eh?
Yeah, Muff.
Boy, that's a good. I tell the people the other day, me and Muff will talk and row on the radio, but whenever you see Muff meet me by Porky's, I sure invite him out to a cold water. I don't drink.
He used to try off me the little food from the Chinese and thing, but I said, no, that's for you, but I good.
But let me talk on Bimini.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been to Bimini about twice. One time I've been for 7-8 days, and the next time I've been for about 3 days. Bimini is the first place, not South Bimini, is the first place I ever been in a restaurant and bar with no floor.
You got sand?
Just sand.
Yeah, man. They got that over there in Albany.
Owned by Rupert Roberts.
Yeah, that's a good idea. They have one up here by Albany. No floor, just sand.
I get scared.
Yeah. Huh?
I smell the hell. Woman say, no, man, I go on into the bar. The whole area set up like that. It's nice, man.
Yeah,
But Bimini problem, they going to have the redesign Bimini. They talking about fire truck. Ain't no real fire truck that ride on the road in Bimini.
You need a golf cart type of fire truck, eh?
Man, you need, listen to me, 2 golf cart a problem going back and forth one time on that little road.
Oh, Lord.
It's only one road. I told my friend when I went up there to visit her, if she get me a baseball, I could throw the baseball from east side of Bimini across to west side. Wow. That's how narrow Bimini is.
My God.
But guess what? You see where the film there. Them sharks don't play in there. I talk with good length. Anybody from Bimini could call. They call up in the back of big game something in Bimini.
Yeah.
They like up in the back there. I believe that's where they go to clean fish and stuff. And take money like that. But Bimini is a nice place. Bimini, it's only two roads. You can't get lost. Either on the Upper Road or the Down Road. The Upper Road is where George Veach, the former member of Parliament, lived.
Well, I'm awaiting a call to come in from one of our favorite listeners because, he's a plumber. And he was mentioning, a system that can be used for pumping to go ahead and just extinguish the flames. And it's amazing to me. In one part of the country, we're looking for water in order to put out the fire. And in the other part of the country, we're trying to get rid of the water because the house is flooding. We got to fix this. We going on 53.
Right. Pine with them don't want no water.
Yeah.
Bimini them looking for. But God, if they get a couple of them water pumps and station them certain areas in Bimini, like a hydrant, but you're pumping the water from the sea. Just the pump go put the pressure on the water, then you turn it on with a hose.
Well, amazingly, here in New Providence as a plumber, we had the water tower. So when you look at a water tower, what a water tower does is the water is slowly pumped up to the top of the tower. But of course, once it's up there, whatever water now faucet is open below that, it's under pressure. So what he was mentioning to us is that all we got to do is find a tower. It don't have to be a big tower. If you look at a lot of little towns in America, you always see the name of the town on the tower. So let's say, for instance, me personally being a plumber. If you look at a lot of the little trucks on the side of the road, let me tell you what they do. They get like a bilge pump that operates on a 12-volt battery.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You can pump that water up to a drum on top of your van, your little van you serve food with. Any tap would turn on inside that van, that water under pressure.
No, but what I'm talking about something on a quick fix for now. Something we could do right now. Bimini is how much miles long?
All you need,
3 miles, 4 miles long.
All you need, though, I'm saying to you, is you need a pressure tank situation. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pump. I call it a pump. You call it a pressure tank.
Centralized tower that controls the pressure, and that's all he said. If you put it every 300 feet, the caller was saying,
that's all.
You can go ahead and extinguish fires. Because you'll always have a reservoir. Pinewood could have one of those towers erected.
I heard that they had the fire truck from North Bimini. From South Bimini across to North Bimini.
Yeah.
And the fire truck couldn't even go nowhere.
Well, we're going to fix this, my friend Julian, but it's good to hear from you, and we take time to salute Muff Roll.
On Muff situation, we'll have to do something, man.
Yeah, we will. I'll contact you later. And we'll
do it as a group from Bamboo Town or however.
Call me off the air. Yeah, call me off the air. We'll make it happen, okay?
Yeah, man.
I'll do my part. No problem.
Roseboro, I believe what you're saying is true, but I believe when we look at it, we talk about third world country, first world country. I still believe that that's not how much parts a fire truck need. One's supposed to be there.
Well, I appreciate you. Let me take a call. I'll call you live.
Hey, great to you guys. How you doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
Well, really, Chief. I remember the time when we had fire by the Strong Market. The hydrants was there, but the pressure was low.
That was horrific. That was it was if we went into a time warp, and that was just horrific. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could have the hydrants there, right? But if the pressure isn't available for the hydrants, they basically useless.
Yeah.
And then you can't use the water from the sea because then the salt water will corrode every single thing and no plants will go around for years. So that's another thing.
We would end up having a conversation on proper town planning stemming from this very same conversation. And what it would say to me as we look at age 53 tomorrow of our beloved country, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, we will need architects to take our country now from 53 and beyond that will properly plan the communities of the Bahamas.
Well, God, yes, but I was just going to jump on that, right? What happened is we are, right now, town planning is trying to properly plan the Bahamas, not New Providence and Nassau, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is we're already in a position where the place is ready to jack up. Freeport, for instance, right, have commercial areas, allotted for commercial areas, right? Then they have single-family residents, and they have, we already have it all. Kapunkalap. It's difficult to even fix that problem.
Mm-hmm. So
right now you have a shop, a bar, a school, everything right in close vicinity, like 15, 20 feet away, which shouldn't be.
So watch what I say to you. Now, what I liked when I had Wayne Neely on the show, he showed why New Providence is the capital of the Bahamas based on hurricane weather and storm. We are one of the safest places in the region. We're like way down there when it comes to hurricane threat, like 51, 52, somewhere thereabout, in terms of threat towards New Providence. I would like to consider moving even the majority of our people from New Providence to another family island in order to decentralize and to properly plan for community growth.
Okay, God.
But that's now a conversation that now is in contrast, because the contrast now is to decentralize, but also to risk the lives of people on another island. So I'm sure governmentally, it is not a simple solution, but I appreciate all that you're saying, because I think you're right. Go ahead.
But God, one thing before I go, right?
Yeah.
I'll make this quick point on this, which you need to think about.
The
problem is when you try to repopulate an area, right?
Yes.
Say, for instance, for the islands, right? There are pros and cons. The pros are that you bring economical wealth.
That's correct.
The cons are you bring the bad habits like crime, pollution, other things like that to the environment.
That's also correct.
I don't wish us people in Nassau and nobody. I don't want it to happen. I'm telling you.
You want to put us in the crime pen and don't let us avoid us and do something else.
No.
Hey, I always love your contribution. Always love your contribution. List of text here. Wonderful contributions by our callers. We're going to take a quick break right now, pay some bills. This is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. I'm sitting with none other than Bishop Kermit Agaro. Peter Alden got a bit detained in an emergency situation, but I am loving this. Chris Penniman on the board. Listen, man, 53 feels good, but 53 will feel even better if we can find our reward. We'll be right back.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General Insurance.
Marco's Pizza, Marco's Pizza, something never tasted so good.
Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large one-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal, 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza, summer never tasted so good.
No budget for a vacation this summer? No worries. We got you. Guardian Radio 96.9 will fly you and a guest to South Florida for a vacation of a lifetime. Our sweet summer escape gets you round-trip tickets on Bahamas Air. $1,000 spending cash, thanks to Percy's Island Games. Brand new luggage from Brass and Leather. 4 days and 3 nights at the beautiful Holiday Inn Express Plantation. Free car rental from Hertz, too. All you need is your passport. We got you covered. Enter now for the Guardian Radio 96.9 Sweet Summer Escape. Fill out the form in today's Nassau Guardian and follow us on all social media platforms. Remember, you must be 18 or older to enter. Entry deadline August 12th, drawing August 14th. Taxes not included and certain restrictions apply.
Budgeting and saving? Yes. Investing? Check. But what if you could do more? With an RF brokerage account, you can get priority access to local investment opportunities right as they come to the market. Never miss a bond or new share offering again. Plus, you can house all your investments in one place and benefit from expert investment advice. Contact us at brokerage@rfgroup.com to start doing more today. Some conditions apply. RF, money at work.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Now this is some real island stuff here, all right? Coconut water. Yeah. Coconut water. Jelly. Coconut water. Get it in America. Coconut water. Yeah. Coconut water. Just say. Coconut water. Get it in America. Honey child, come go with me back to the West Indies. Baby, can't you see I lost my strength?
And we are back. Beautiful music right here from the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, the minute I hear this song, I continue to pray for the families that were affected from our Shirley Street incident. And I'm praying that, as Chris reminded me just now, that it's okay to have a great Bahamian time. But I'm going to encourage people on this weekend, for God's sake. We don't want no more news. For God's sake, you need a designated driver. One that ain't like some of my friends. Some, not all my friends. Some of my friends in Bimini. Some of my friends in Bimini ain't got no driver's license, ain't got no insurance. I need y'all to find the person who's responsible with a driver's license, insured vehicle, to be on this upcoming weekend. You need to be safe. I'm praying for that. I would like to hear of no incident, and you people got to slow down. My God, you got to slow down. Today I was on the Michael Road area, and I was trying to exit a parking lot from a food store. And you all know how it is on Carmichael Road. The line is blocked up right there before a place called Meat Max area, up in the same area right there. And I was west of that, coming out of the food store yard. I went to get me a soft drink. Let you know it was a soft drink. And the people lining up, the cars, the traffic starting to back up. I'm trying to exit to go to the right, which would be to the west. I'm not going left in front of them. My indicator's on. I'm going to the right. The woman, I just said the other woman, can look over at me and pull up in front of me and block me in for what? For at age 53 in the Bahamas, y'all ain't got no common sense and courtesy to say leave this place so I can get out to go the opposite way. And then you will know why the traffic always back up, why we can't get to where we got to go. Because y'all people got to be some type of special stupid people. I tell you, you got to be an idiot. You will block me and you ain't got nowhere to go. And you can look over at me like, I ain't letting you out. Okay, well, that's your right. You then pay for your driver's license. You then got your insurance. You got your nice car, your air conditioner on. You're hot, you bought it, you're miserable. So you in a bad mood today. I get it. Okay, no problem. I just was saying I want to get that off my chest today because I show my beautiful Bahamian women. Y'all are some of the smartest women in the world. I just want y'all to be beautiful always and be courteous to us men. Some of us get a little off the rocker because we feel y'all just don't like us. I don't understand on the road why y'all just don't like us. Because every time I see a beautiful Bahamian lady, I got to let them out. And when I see a brother, I see him sitting there for a little long time and he trying to get out, I got to make some way for my brother to get out. This is courtesy, man. This is maturity. But y'all got to stop. And so for those of you who are driving on the road today, please be safe, be courteous, and allow the traffic to take a natural flow, because when you're kind to the other driver, the road will also be kind to you. Mr. Kramer, we got some text here, but you wanted to say something pertaining to our previous conversation.
No, I'll deal with that. But I just want to say to you, since you talk about driving, you'll have some. I just asked a question, and then you could elaborate on this question. who is the meanest drivers on the road?
Man, we better leave that alone. Let me go to my text line. Text line here says, "Good day, Brother Garth and guest. We have too much preventative measures to address the fires and health issues on the Family Islands to secure property and persons on the Family Islands. What are we willing to do to create and build a better Bahamas today? Yes, we can make a difference." I like that. I like that. Save the Bahamas today. This is coming from Grand Bahama, the mayor, and he's wishing all well. The other text here says, "Garth, to travel to the Bahamas is expensive, very expensive. They don't give you local rates. You pay what the tourists pay, bro." Bishop Gar, you're from a family island. I know we would like to have more foot traffic on those family islands. What is the real deal why Bahamians just seem like we don't like each other? Like, my God, if the tourist season, I just want to make sense to y'all. If the tourist season says in the last 2 weeks, if the tourist season says in the month of May is slow, the month of September, half of September, the last 2 weeks in September, October, November, up until Thanksgiving is slow. These people rather leave their place, empty? Don't make $1 than to offer you a Bahamian rate of 60% or 70% or come on, man, take something off of the rate and try to get some traffic moving to where families could say, we want to have a little small reunion in Exuma, in Andros, in Eleuthera, in Acklands, in Crooked Island. Do something for us, man. I mean, you're not obligated to, but if you're talking business and you're talking about Bahamianization, this is not a good idea.
Well, the concept of that is that what I notice with a lot of island people, they price things and based on what they see New Providence. They see what's happening in New Providence. A lot of the bone fishing resorts and the little motels and all that stuff doesn't have to be at the price what they have them as. But I think the island people gives their own people a different rate. Let's say from me as in Androsian, maybe can go at the Charlie Gay's motel, and because they know who you are and you're a citizen of, I guess, or family of the island, they'll give you a better rate. I just feel that the rate changes when they have different events. Crab Fest, homecomings, regattas, excursions. They have a new movement now called Pigeon Fest. All those things coming into play. They know that the incomers are fluctuating. The lack is not efficient, is not enough. And so only the fittest of the fittest or the who got the most money can be able to get it. And that's why you have, when Crab Fest come in, a lot of people sleeping on the beaches and sleeping wherever in their cars and wherever the stuff. The place is just not developed, and because it's not developed, they take that advantage of that.
So here's what I hear what you're saying to me. When you become a member of parliament for a family island district, you need to come up with a plan to go ahead and economically energize your constituency. You need to hold hands with the business people in that constituency. You need to bring workshops and seminars to that island where people can understand true business and how to grow your entity, your enterprise. You, as a member of parliament, is responsible for bringing innovation to these family violence. I got my good cousin down there, Meguana Short Man Brown. He all the way in Meguana doing good business. I got my good cousin over there, Ephraim Jones, Betsy Bay Man, doing good business over there in the Garden of Eden out east there. You got people who I know who own these establishments who are doing good business, but everybody doesn't know how to do good business. And so I believe one of the roles of a member of parliament is to reach out to the business communities of each constituency and make these things a reality. Going back to Bimini, you got Randy Roll, who's now the new representative for Bimini and the Berry Islands. Tragedy has taken place before he is able to fully immerse himself into that constituency as a representative. But this is a baptism. I want you to know this is a baptism. Because if something like this ever happens again, they can have his neck. Gotta let him go. You can't blame him. I don't care what you tell me. You can't blame. The man just reached. You can't blame him. Did he know about the situation before? Of course he did. But now he has been empowered and entrusted to deal with Bimini and the Berry Islands. My brother, you got your work cut out for you.
And you know, God, there's something very important that that I experienced even on the Family Islands. We have local governments, which is good. But what I'm saying is that the government has not made preparation for young people to be able to own a piece of property over there to build. People want to build, People want to go over there. I have a lot of friends, classmates who I graduated with in, I think it's 97 or 96. They have ideas, beautiful ideas.
So why you can't build?
But the land is so caught up. The land is, you got to go to land and somewhere and land and somewhere. Got to send us somewhere down there.
There's now a ministry. There's now a ministry of land reform. Let's see how that works. See, me personally, people could talk all they want to talk to me. Yeah. I given them a good year to 2 years to see how they can perform. You got to do that.
Government has to do that. Pick out some, even if an area, pick out an area where young people can go and, and build some apartments or build some something to accommodate, to develop the islands. It always, when you got to go to do something, or you got to go to land and survey to Nassau, and then you got to go and check it out, or they saying, that is lot out for this or lot out for that.
And then the minute one civil servant see, watch this now.
Yeah.
The minute one civil servant see, hold a minute. That's a good piece of land. That's a good piece.
You don't get to take. And they stop you.
I was only being mischievous.
No, I'm telling you, they will stop you and they'll say, that land belongs to so and so. That time the land doesn't belong to someone. Who you can do? You can't beat them because them and the commissioners and whoever else.
We can have a show. We can have a show on land reform because everybody get the land reform minister.
It has to be. That's why in Andros and many islands it's not developed. They are not giving opportunities to young people to have a piece of land, even 50 by 50 or 50 by 100. There's nothing there for young people to develop and say, listen, I'm an entrepreneur, I got a little motel, I got a little 6-unit or a little bill. And the people ain't asking, they were willing to pay for it. But the process, it's a crown land, or this land is lot out for something else, or all kinds of rig around the rules that they put you through in order for. That's why the islands are not developing today. There's no opportunities for young people to own a piece of land or a piece of property there, even if they want to buy it.
Well, we have a text here that speaks about justification as to why a grown man can be so royally broke. And, he's saying something about a mountain here, nothing, from nothing leaves nothing. But save a little something. And so, I would just simply say to this person that all that we do in life is truly manage affairs. Just it. Just manage. At the end of the day, when you are off the scene, it's left for someone else to manage.
Definitely.
They can bury you in a hole, call a cemetery, and dig you up how many years later and put someone else in the same hole. That's just how the world works. We ain't the first people to live, we ain't be the first set of people to die. But what does happen is that based on our interaction, based on our injection, based on our innovation, based on our invention, we can make life also comfortable for those that come behind us. That's all we're talking about here. That's it. Do you realize that you could be a millionaire today, marry one woman, or a woman could be a millionaire and marry one man and tomorrow lose everything? This is how it works. Do you realize that in Bimini, you can have a nice building and one fire come and your insurance just lapsed just last month as if someone put the witchcraft on you. And now you can't get $1 for your building. I just trying to tell you. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to learn to smile, learn to love, learn to laugh, learn to say thanks to the Almighty Creator for who and where we are. I just read just the year. You remember where Muammar Gaddafi was? They're being sold in the open slave market for $400 a head in 2026. While we are celebrating 53 years of freedom, we have people around the world who are still suffering from slavery. That's right. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to give God some thanks on this particular country. Let me read another text here. Good afternoon, Garth, guests, and Bahamas. Garth, for a moment, I have to say that some politicians are plumbers, builders, electricians, musicians, morticians, pastors, among the other various professions. They are not only doctors and lawyers and accountants, but sometimes you do have to wonder. I got to wonder which ones you're talking about. Tell me some of these politicians who got these type of skill sets, because it sounds to me like we don't have no excuse to build this country based on this text. That's what I'm saying. But I'm listening to you. I'm not going to fight you. Some of them, when it comes to them using their skills where it's truly needed in helping to elevate and build the Bahamas in a prosperous and meaningful way. In other words, we're now talking about positioning. Are we properly positioning those people who should be helping to build our country? I like the text, interesting twist. We cannot negate that all politicians are lawyers. Some of y'all may have some skill set, but I know one thing. Me and my friend who called me earlier today, they ain't no better plumber than us. We is the best. And so when you got a plumbing problem, then you find the best person to solve the problem. And I want to give a shout out right now to all the female. We got some good female plumbers. Because sometimes the man hand so thick, our body so big, we can't squeeze in certain places where these women could squeeze. And let me tell you something, we got some women out there who are plumbers, they sharp. And so shout out to the sharp female plumbers in our country. Those trucks are to be continuously serviced and maintained, someone said, poor maintenance programs throughout the entire system. And they're saying the same thing that you're saying, Bishop Agaro, about maintenance. And I know that you, a man, you like automotion.
Yeah, definitely.
So where's the program to help train Bahamian people to fix these situations?
If they give me the opportunity, I'll go ahead.
You'll run a program?
I'll run a program and train the people, you know what I mean?
You want to train them? You don't want to get trained? You think you know everything?
I'll train them. I'll get trained.
That's the problem now. We put people like y'all.
I will get trained and train them.
Okay, you got to get trained first. We ain't want nobody else talk, but they know something and then the truck themselves broke down. We can't afford that right now.
No, man, listen to me. You got some good mechanics in this country who you could send over there, man. Listen, they'll have them trucks up.
But you know when you got good mechanic, what you got to do, right?
You got them.
You got to pay them.
You got to pay them.
Because your little problem, let me tell you what mechanic them could do to you. Let me get this little joke in here, because I went, an African fella tell me this. He said, when you don't want to pay the mechanic, you can carry your car, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He said, but where you had them 6 or 8 screws, they could put 2 screws so you could see it. And the other 4 to 6 hole, they put chicken bone in that. So it's only a matter of time before you got to go back.
Well, I'm a mechanic. I'm a mechanic by trade, and I don't do things like that.
I just said you got to pay them. The man then see you ain't want to pay him. He said, okay, you could go. But he know you ain't going too far. You don't fool with the mechanic. You don't fool with the plumber. You don't fool with the electrician. And my God, you don't fool with the doctor. I just say it.
God, you know how much it costs to do a tea party. All right? You know how much it costs to do a tea party. My God. If these fire engines need repairs, repair them. Send a man down there who could start them trucks and run them trucks and run them up and down, do test runs on them.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost much. That could be a different industry or whatever.
I didn't know time was gone so fast. Let's hear Garth say, please speak truth to power and listen to the advice and truth of our talented callers. Let common sense prevail. If you continue to hand too close to these government politicians, you'll end up like player. What are these people shit on God? So, but I love these texts, this make me laugh. So I'll be too close. I'll be like player answering for 1, 2, 3. So please, Reverend Garth, continue catching the bees. And then there's a Shanty Towns Task Force need to pay a visit to Bimini. I didn't know they had that problem there. Whoa. And then Garth, the woman who blocked you in, no man, they can't say they of that descent. They trying to say they from the South. I ain't buying into that. So Garth, the outer islands are expensive and doesn't have to be so. On Cat Island, I was charged $20 for a conch salad, same size as in Nassau. It's crazy because they didn't have to go far for conch like the fishermen do in Nassau.
It should be,
And the last text is a Garth, good day. Ride the heat wave with, I don't know what you're trying to say. Must say brave. They didn't spell it right. So please behave and sweat in your cave. This sounded like my boy 52. We like to rhyme right today. So sweat with. Okay, now you going into poetry. You must be Shakespeare. I ain't talking about the real Shakespeare. I talking about the spell where they try shake up everything. Listen, man, I see my good friend, my very good friend Pearlie, on standby. These little thoughts where y'all trying to tell me go catch B and leave y'all alone. I want y'all come with me and catch some B. And guess what? I can make sure y'all who got a hole in it so you can feel the real thing, the real sting. Garth Millard Roseborough here, the conversationalist, the high priest of the Church of the Painful Truth, with none other than Bishop Kermit Agaro, Guardian Radio 9 FM. Pearlie is going to cool you down with all of this heat, but he will admit with me that it is a sunshiny day. God bless you and keep you till we meet again this Saturday. This Saturday at 5 o'clock, the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church has asked me to come and host a show at their Adventist Youth Hour. I will be there as a community service that I am, and I'll